Hey there, guys. It's Sir Aaron here. I know, it's been quite some time. Um, but I finally decided to make this video. Well, I say video, I mean sort of reel of pictures. To explain what's going on. Because it's been a month or two, at least, since I made a video last. And I think you guys deserve some sort of explanation. So let me tell you what's going on. The short version is that I quit Minecraft and that Tales of Amber is now a 3D animation. The long version of the story is as follows. So, shortly after I made the last video that I made, which was the cinematic video of the, I think it was Tower Town, I had a conversation with Antonio from Pretty Awesome Studios. He's a pretty cool guy. I've known him for quite some time, and we're fairly good friends. We just don't talk that often, but we had a fairly long conversation, starting on the topic of computer specs and stuff, because the video that I made was a bit sort of jumpy. You may have noticed that, and that was like partly my computer's processor or something. Anyway, so we started talking about that, and the conversation sort of divulged, I don't even know, turned into him basically asking, like, what exactly are my plans with Amber. And so I told him and started telling him, exactly what Amber is and stuff, which I haven't even told you guys properly, but never mind that for now. And he basically said that my goals are somewhat unrealistic, and yeah, I guess they kind of were. And he basically said a few things to me. He said that making machinimas is, in Minecraft or in anything really, is a hell of a lot of work, which I already knew, but it only really, he put things in perspective for me. Like I've made machinimas in the past. I made the Day series. That was a lot of fun. But that was 3 episodes long, and it took about 2 months to make. It's about 20 minutes total footage. And Amber, like the basic, outset of what Amber is a 16 episode long series, and each episode is 30 to 40 minutes long. And he just said, Jesus, what are you doing? You're being so unrealistic, basically. And I said, what do you mean? And he said, well, I'm currently working on a series that's 4 parts long, and each part is like 4 minutes or something. I don't know what he said, but fairly short. And he's hoping to get it out by June. And this was back in early February, I think. And I was just like, Jesus. I mean, Antonis is a guy who's like, dedicated to quality. I've got a lot of respect for him, but it sort of put things in perspective for me. The other thing he said was, Minecraft isn't a place for super serious things. It never really was, and it never really will be. It's a kid's game, and most of the people that like Minecraft, with the exception of, famous YouTubers and such, or not most of the people, but the most vocal people are kids and people with fairly short attention spans. And Amber is a fairly serious, long, in-depth drama. And the two just don't mix that well, unfortunately. If basically he said, if you make it in Minecraft, then the crowd that you're going to attract are mainly going to be Minecrafters, and your series is going to fail, basically. And I kind of agree. I kind of agree with him. I do agree with him. And so, yeah. So I started thinking about what he'd said. And I'd also had a lot of, personal thoughts on the matter. I've been feeling for a long time that Minecraft is a dying game, and Minecon was kind of proof of that in a weird way. So yeah, and then other personal feelings were like, I've been getting more and more frustrated with more and more frustrated with Minecraft in terms of the changes that are being made, and like mod compatibility for filming, and I basically found that I was starting to make more and more compromises, which I'd initially said that I wasn't going to make. You know, Jesus, 2 years ago, in a week, 19th of March is when I started. 19th of March 2011 is when I started the Minecraft project. Is when I started the Amber project. So it's been almost 2 years, and yeah. So from when I started, I said, I don't want to make these compromises, and then I inevitably did, and I was annoyed with myself for making those compromises, but there wasn't much that I could do about it except change the format completely. But I didn't want to do that because I'd been, I spent 2 years on this. So I was kind of stuck in a rut in that sense, and Antonio sort of kicked me out of it. And so I thought long and hard about what he'd said, and eventually came to the conclusion that he was right, and that it was time to move away from Minecraft. Which, in hindsight, was, the right thing to do, in my opinion. Because, I don't know, I mean, I'm sick of that game. I've been saying for months before any of this, like even a year ago, I was saying that I hate Minecraft. And that hasn't changed. I really do hate Minecraft. It's sucked so much of my life away, and it has very few applications. Anyway, enough of that. So I eventually made the decision to not have Amber in Minecraft. And so where did I go with it? Well, I was basically saying, like, at the last resort, it will be a radio play, which would still work today. I could, if I really wanted to, I could release episode 1 right now as a radio play. But I don't want to. So, that is the, like, absolute worst case scenario. It's a radio play. And so I said, build up from there. What can I do? And so I looked into animatics and animation, and I was very inspired by the art style in Final Fantasy Tactics War of the Lions, which, if you haven't played that game, it's got a very, very cool art style. In fact, I'll play some now on the screen. It's got this very nice, sketchy sort of anime style that I really like, and so I started to sort of emulate that. So I drew up a storyboard for the for the second scene of the first episode, and then the next day, and over the next couple of days, I drew each frame or each sort of animatic frame, so like 1 frame a second, basically less than that, more than that even. Wait, 1 frame every few seconds. It turned out to be 100 frames on sort of A4 sheets, which I'll show you now. Some of them are coloured, some of them aren't, and it sort of worked, but I wasn't hugely happy with it, and colouring in was taking a long time. So then I looked at Flash, and I thought to myself, let's look at Flash. And so I started learning Flash. I looked up a bunch of tutorials, found a bunch of people who could help me with stuff, and I basically learned Flash in about a week. And by the end of the week, I was basically thinking, I don't really like Flash and the way it looks. Because I tried to do stuff like emulate this Final Fantasy Tactics style in Flash, and it wasn't working out, and I couldn't work out why until I properly sat down and studied these cutscenes and realized that the characters are 3D rendered, that characters and objects like this flower are 3D rendered, and then everything else is just a drawing that's been superimposed or underimposed onto the rendered animation. Sort of like everything apart from the characters are like cardboard cutouts. And so I was like, crap. Now I have to learn a 3D program. So I looked into Blender, and Blender is an absolutely great. It's an amazing program, but it's really complicated. You open up Blender and you're just like, what the hell is going on here? And so for the last 3 weeks or so, I've been learning Blender, and it's been kind of rough, but I'm finally getting the hang of it. And I'm pleased to be able to show you guys the character that I finished yesterday, Corwin Barrowman, Prince Corwin, the main character of Amber, and this is him, and I'm pretty pleased with him. The only thing left to do on him is texture his clothes. But yeah, he's looking pretty cool. And I built him out of a very what's the word? Very malleable base mesh with a very well-built rig, so that I can build every single character out of these basic meshes. So I've got one for males and one for females, and so that's gonna basically make my job of making characters a hell of a lot easier. Should mean that I'm able to make a character in a single day, maybe 2 days at the most. So yeah, I'm really pleased with the way that this has worked out. So this is the new Amber. This is what Amber's going to be now. It's a 3D animation in a 2D style. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how this is all going to turn out. Now, don't get me wrong, you know, wait, is that how that sentence starts? I don't know. I'm kind of out of it at the moment, and I can't be bothered doing multiple takes of this. In fact, I'm going to have a drink. This is probably the most unprofessional video I will ever make again. But yeah, don't hold me to my word on this, but I'm hoping to have episode 1 done before the end of March. Whether I'll actually release once it's done is another question, but I'm hoping to at least have it done by the end of March, because I might be I've yet to decide whether I'm going to make all of the episodes in the series and then release them on a regular schedule, or just release them as I make them. So maybe that's something you guys can give a comment on and maybe help me decide. And there was one more thing I was going to say. Oh yeah, I will be uploading animation tests. So this character coin that you see now, and others that I make in the future, I will be doing animation tests for them. I might be doing some lip sync later today and uploading that. I'll probably be doing time lapses of building all of the other characters apart from Corwin, because I've already done Corwin, obviously. But there's a lot of characters, so I can do plenty of time lapses. And yeah, and then it's just a case of cycling through and working things out and getting things done. So yeah, I will be uploading those videos to Sir Aaron's Mind, which is my second channel. But I'll be liking them and favoriting them and adding them to playlists and stuff on this channel, and so you don't have to go over there and subscribe or whatever. If you even care, I don't know. And I think that's it. I guess I might be doing commentary on some of them as well. But generally speaking, I guess things are going to go quiet on this channel again for a while until episodes start releasing. And then, yeah. Oh, this is this has gone on far too long. If you made it this far, then hi. But you probably didn't. So, yeah, Amber's still a thing. I'm still alive. It's just different. And if that bothers you, if you were looking forward to it being in Minecraft, then fuck off. Yeah. And if you're now looking forward to it because it's in 3D and stuff, then yay, 'cause I am too. I really hate making videos like this, 'cause I never know how to end them, or where to end them, or what to say, unless I script it, but I'm not gonna fucking script it. Alright. Yeah, that's it. I'm done. I'll see you guys on my other channel. Or not. Or whatever. So, yeah.